was the year 1926. In a nondescript village named Puttaparthi in Andhra Pradesh, on Monday, the 23rd of November, was born a son who would later lead and demonstrate how a life of selfless love and service can unite the world. Sathya Narayana Raju, known to the world and his followers as Sri Sathya Sai Baba, had humble origins. He was a school dropout, but he gave Puttaparthi and the world a university where education was absolutely free. His hamlet did not even have a dispensary, but he gifted millions access to free healthcare. Villagers would trek miles for a can of potable water, but he made sure clean water was brought right into their homes. The foundation to these acts of altruism was laid by his mother Ishwaramma, who expressed her desire to offer the village basic necessities of life.
Baba's message of love was simple. It spelt the essence of all religions and spirituality in easy, simplified and palatable doses. There is only one religion, the religion of love, he would say, and only one caste, the caste of humanity. Love and service were the two tools of transformation he employed to bring about individual and collective transformation. He set up the Sri Sathya Sai Seva organization in the 1960s in India and the International Sathya Sai organization globally later to reach out to people. While the organization inspired adults to follow his teachings, Baba started the Bal Vikas program in India and the Sai spiritual education overseas to appeal to little children and young adults. Through plays and short stories compiled from his discourses, children around the world are taught the unifying power of the basic human values of love, truth, peace, righteousness and non-violence. Medical camps in villages, distribution of food and clothes to the needy, disaster relief work are some of the regular service activities undertaken by his volunteers.
If Baba's message was to love all, his mission was to serve all. When he was barely 21, he wrote to his brother describing the nature of his mission. "I have a task to foster all mankind and ensure for all of them lives full of bliss. I have a vow to lead all who stray away from the straight path again into goodness and save them. I am attached to a work that I love, to remove the sufferings of the poor and grant them what they lack." The first stamp of his love came in the form of a college for women in July 1968 at Anantapur, not too far from Puttaparthi. Ever the champion for women empowerment, Baba saw women as upholders of dharma. He stressed on equipping them with spiritual education integrated with ethical and physical sciences. The same model of holistic education was replicated at Whitefield, Bangalore, where a college for men came up in 1969. It took another 10 years for Baba to establish the second men's campus in his hometown, Puttaparthi. These institutes of education were appended to the Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, a deemed university established in 1981. Baba stressed that education should be for life and not for a mere living. The end of education is character, and the end of knowledge is love. The university stated as its mission the shaping of self-reliant, enterprising young men and women of action and self-sacrifice for the purpose of serving humanity.
Temples of healing followed the temples of learning. Moved by the plight of people who couldn't afford quality healthcare, Baba set about to provide free health services to the millions. The gates of the hospitals are open to every patient requiring treatment, striking down barriers of religion, caste, creed and nationality. The first general hospital was set up in Puttaparthi in 1956. This was followed by another general hospital in Bangalore in 1976. Both these hospitals put together see at least 700 patients a day. Baba, however, wanted bigger hospitals with better facilities. In 1991, on the occasion of his 65th birthday, a 300-bed super speciality hospital became operational in Puttaparthi. In 11 years, its twin came up in Bangalore to deliver more complex surgeries. What makes these hospitals matchless in character is not just the fact that they do not have a cash counter, but that they are run by teams of dedicated doctors and volunteers who are committed to patient well-being in the spirit of brotherhood of man and fatherhood of God.
Water sustains life. And unfortunately in India, there are many who spend a whole day in search of this source to sustain themselves. What was required to fix this was only an intention to help. At Baba's behest, multiple water projects have been executed. The Sri Sathya Sai Water Supply Project was mentioned in the 9th 5-year plan of India as a project worthy of emulation. The 4th World Water Forum held in Mexico in March 2006 adjudged the project as one of the best 10 local action projects in the world.
While Baba felt that access to good education, reliable healthcare and clean water were essential to living and thus should be provided free of cost, these were mere ways to express and demonstrate his love for humanity.
It was the 3rd decade of freedom, and India was grappling with the ills of deprivation on all economic and social fronts. But then came a powerful yet silent revolution kindled in a remote village in Karnataka. One man, inspired by the love for his motherland, set out to resurrect the ancient Gurukul system of education with the belief that true education alone can lead to betterment of a community and nation at large. Anna to some, mentor to others, late Sri Madhyal Narayan Bhatt was the founding father and patron of the Alike and Muddinahalli schools set up under the aegis of the Loka Seva Vrinda Society. The first school was set up in Alike in 1962. It was the same year that he happened to meet another visionary, Sri Sathya Sai Baba, in whom he saw a leader, an ideal and a guru.
ಆಗಿನ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯ ಒಂದು ನಾಗರಿಕ ಮೂಲ ಸೌಲಭ್ಯಗಳು ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ರಸ್ತೆ ಸಂಪರ್ಕ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ವಿದ್ಯುತ್ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ಅನೇಕ ರೀತಿಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮುಂತಾದ ಅನೇಕ ವಿಷಯಗಳಿಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯ ಸೌಕರ್ಯಗಳಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಪ್ರೇರೇಪಿತರಾದಂಥ ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಮಡ್ಯಾಳ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಭಟ್ರು ಈ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗೆ ಲೋಕ ಸೇವಾ ವೃಂದ, ಅಂದರೆ ಇದು ಬರೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಗ್ರಾಮ ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ದೇಶ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇಡೀ ಮಾನವ ಜನಾಂಗಕ್ಕೆ ಸೇವೆ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಉದ್ದೇಶವನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಬೆಳೆದು ಎಷ್ಟು ವಿಶಾಲವಾಗಿ ಹಬ್ಬೋದು. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ನಾನಲ್ಲಿருந்து ನನ್ನಿಂದ ಮುಂದಿನವರಾದರೂ ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಎಂಬ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ಅವರು ಲೋಕ ಸೇವಾ ಅಂತ ಬಹಳ ಒಂದು ವಿಶಾಲವಾದ ಅರ್ಥವುಳ್ಳ ಹೆಸರನ್ನಿಟ್ಟರು.
A decade later, Chikkaballapur Taluk, the town through which Baba passed by whenever he travelled between Puttaparthi and Bangalore, was chosen as the place for the next school.
ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಈ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಒಳ್ಳೆದಾಗಿ ಚಿಕ್ಕಬಳ್ಳಾಪುರದ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದರು. ಚಿಕ್ಕಬಳ್ಳಾಪುರದ ಹೆತ್ತವರು ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದರು ಅಂದರೆ, ನೀವು ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಶಾಲೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರು ಚಿಕ್ಕಬಳ್ಳಾಪುರದಲ್ಲಿ. ಆಗ ನಮಗೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಧೈರ್ಯ ಬರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾವು ವಿಶೇಷ ಮುಂದುವರಿಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗಿ ಕೇಳುವ ಅಂತ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಹತ್ರ ಕೇಳಿದೆವು. ಶಾಲೆ ಮಾಡು, ಸಾಲ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಸ್ವಾಮಿ.
In April 1973, when Baba visited Manipal in Karnataka, Anna requested him to name the campus at Muddinahalli. The name Sathya Sai Grama was then given. During his very first visit to Muddinahalli, Baba had remarked, "This is veritably a tapobhumi," and assured the staff at Muddinahalli that he had a master plan in mind for this sacred place. However, due to the untimely demise of Anna in an accident in 1977, the volunteers lost not just a mentor, but also the guiding force in their lives. It was then that Baba took over these institutions and instilled courage into their hearts. Baba said to them, Narayan Bhatt was no doubt a great and good person. But one flower, however big and beautiful, does not make a garland. All of you stood behind him as one man. Keep up that unity. You will see that the institution will prosper more and more. The two schools were then formally taken over by Baba under the newly formed Sri Sathya Sai Lokaseva Trust at Muddinahalli in August 1978. He set high standards for the schools, even as character development continued to remain the end goal. Baba wanted his students to transform themselves first and then the society.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಠ ಮಾತ್ರ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಮಾಡಿದ ಸಾಲದು, ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಭಗವಂತನ ಮೇಲೆ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸವನ್ನು ಬೆಳೆಸಿಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು, ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿಯ ಮೇಲೆ ಪೂರ್ತಿ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು, ಗುರುಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು, ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಪ್ರಾಮಾಣಿಕರಾಗಿರೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಹಾಗಿದ್ದರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಕೀರ್ತಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಬರೇ ವಿದ್ಯೆ ಕಲಿತ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಎಲ್ಲಿಯಾದ್ರೂ ಹೋಗಿ ಏನೋ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಆದರೆ ನನಗೆ ಅದು ತೃಪ್ತಿ ಅಲ್ಲ. ನನಗೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ತೃಪ್ತಿ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ನಡತೆಯನ್ನು ಅವರು ಬೆಳೆಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಸಂತೋಷ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಗುರುಗಳಿಗೂ ಸಂತೋಷ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಅವ್ರು ಯಾರನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಕಾಣ್ತಾರೋ ಅವ್ರನ್ನೆಲ್ಲರನ್ನ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಕಾಣುವಂಥ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಬೆಳೆಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರು.
Today, Sathya Sai Grama has more than 1,000 students, 850 of them residing in the hostel. These institutions have on their campuses a band of dedicated elders and teachers who have taken a vow of lifelong celibacy. These Tyagajivis, as Baba calls them, stay with the students on the campus and look after their progress and welfare.
Studying in Swami's institution was a dream come true for me.
The elders and teachers here are so loving to us that I don't remember even a single day when I may have thought of my parents.
Swami, our mother, is taking care of everything. He is giving us everything from a toothbrush to even education, totally free of cost.
Here we don't get only secular education, but we also get spiritual education. That's what is called educare.
And being under the divine umbrella is a great experience.
And what else we want when the Lord of the universe himself is guiding us?
Baba had once declared that the number of Tyagajivis would swell from a mere 6 at that time to not just 60 or 6,000, but 60,000.
The alumni from Alike and Muddanahalli, to further the cause of nation building, started the Sri Sathya Sai Saraswati Education Trust, a unique social venture, in October 2011. Under its auspices, the first campus, Sri Sathya Sai Vidya Niketanam, was established at Gulbarga district in June 2012. The other educational projects that were added in the next couple of years are Sri Sathya Sai Sharada Niketanam, Boys Mandya district, Sri Sathya Sai Divya Niketanam, Boys Chikmagalur district, Sri Sathya Sai Shri Niketanam, Girls Chikmagalur district, and Sri Sathya Sai Ananda Niketanam, Boys Bagalkot district. Two new institutions, the Sri Sathya Sai Prema Niketanam, Boys Bijapur district, and Sri Sathya Sai Prashanti Niketanam, a pre-university college for girls in the Chikballapur district, will open for admissions in the current academic year. Over 4,400 students, including 900 girls, benefit from this integral education system absolutely free of cost.
4 months after Swami left the body, on 27th of August 2011, Swami spoke to me in Anandam in the subtle form. That was the first time he told me, it is my sankalpa that a new educational campus should come up in near Gulbarga. It was a big surprise for me because I never went to Gulbarga. I just heard the name. He said, I have already identified the land. It is 50 acres in extent, sloping towards east, sloping towards north. There is a very old road on the eastern side and there is a road on the southern side. You just go there on 6th of September and stay there for a few days and look around. And as per Swami's command, I went there. After I reached Gulbarga, Swami again told me, we had a meeting on the 7th evening, September. About 300-400 devotees had gathered. Swami asked me to make 3 announcements. One is the Bhumi Puja for the new campus would be done before that birthday in 2011. The second, he asked me to announce a high school would be started in June 2012 and a majestic completed building would be inaugurated before the next birthday in 2012. And I myself never believed that it would happen, but all the 3 things happened. Now it is a part of history.
And it was in 2011, August, I remember, I heard that Warden Sir Murthy Anna, I've never met him before, actually I only met him vaguely once, was going to build some schools in India for the poor. And when I heard about this, I felt inside that this was a good, wonderful news to hear, because Swami's mission cannot stop when he's in the physical. Okay, what we see in Puttaparthi was just one phase of the mission. And Swami's mission is always about expansive love.
The task at hand today is to set up modern-day Gurukulas all over Karnataka first, one in each of the 30 districts of the state, 20 boys' schools and 10 schools for the girls, and later extended to other parts of rural India. To facilitate this vision, the Center for Human Excellence was set up in Muddanahalli in 2014. This unique institution will help churn out individuals committed to the cause of education, individuals who will go on to take up teaching positions in the many institutions being set up by the Trust. While the sheer magnitude of these projects can leave one baffled, Baba had planned it all many years ago, as early as the late 70s.
I think it was back in 70s, late 70s or maybe even early 80s, that Swami, my father and I were having an interview with Swami in Parthi, and there were other devotees also. And then for some reason, then Swami got into a reflective mood. Sometimes he does that in an interview. And then he said, you people are enjoying my darshan, and there are, so you can see outside there are thousands and thousands over there who are waiting and come for my darshan. And but this is a phase, and this phase is going to end. And at that time, gradually I'm going to be starting to withdraw away from these crowds. And I'm going to go and retire on a hilltop. And what is going to happen there is, yes, I'm not going to be totally secluded, but I will be surrounded by a handful of my chosen devotees. And there will be much smaller groups. It will be a different, but I will be doing that towards the end. Then when we thought about it, we said it could be possibly Muddanahalli, because Swami had taken over Muddanahalli by that time.
Swami, he visited this place, probably that was in 1981, I think. I prayed to Bhagavan, Swami, every time you come in the morning and go back in the evening, you should come here and stay here for a few days. He said, I will come on a Purnima day, full moon day, and I will stay here. That's what he said. But never came to pass till he was in the physical frame. And in fact, after Baba gave up his physical body in April 2011, he came to me in the subtle form for the first time on 10th of July 2011. 4 months, almost 3-4 months after he left the physical body. He told me on 10th of July that I will come here on the Guru Purnima day and I will stay here itself, move all my things from Premdeep, the mandir, where Swami used to come and stay when he visited this place physically, to the hilltop bungalow. He also named it Sri Sathya Sai Anandam at that point of time.
Swami used to tell with me, before this university campus was established, he was very keen to come and stay here.
Sri Sathya Sai Baba's biggest gift to humanity was his legacy of love. His life, a testimony to his message of love all and serve all has inspired and drawn countless individuals to the path of selfless service. Baba's mission to foster mankind, lead people onto a path of goodness and to remove sufferings of the poor is now being taken forward by those who have dedicated their lives to live his message.
What is Swami's message? Seva, without any expectations. We can do always something for our near and dear ones, but to do something for those people whom you don't know, who are needy, and do it without expectations. This is what Swami's message is, what I could little bit understand.
Baba, in a subtle form now, continues to guide and motivate devotees to take his mission of love and service forward. Educare, healthcare and aquacare remain the focus areas. Sri Sathya Sai Sanjeevani Hospital, Naya Raipur, Chhattisgarh, that primarily specializes in pediatric healthcare, was completed from concept to completion in a record time of less than 8 months. It commenced its operations in November 2012 and has since touched many lives.
And it is singularly to the credit of Swami that in his endeavor in Raipur, he's put a cardiac hospital in place. And mind you, this is a cardiac institute that he put in place which covers the entire spectrum of healthcare. Healthcare, as we understand, is normally understood as hospitals, whereas healthcare primarily is prevention, education, promotion, curation and recuperation. So recuperation and curation, which primarily happen in hospitals, are one small part of healthcare. And Swami's great message in healthcare was, it is about not getting you into hospitals. So this address to children, wherein we are serving the Central Indian segment to begin with, and after 2 years I am both saddened and proud to tell you that the hospital reaches out to patients or children specifically from every state of India, from neighboring countries like Bangladesh, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Afghanistan and countries in Africa like Nigeria. Swami all his life has tirelessly worked in alleviating suffering, so we really have to now rise up. This is now a moment of action and we have to relentlessly, ceaselessly keep working. Work smartly, work most diligently. I tell myself a formula which is, first have a heart that feels, then have a mind that envisions, then crave for that capacity that can endeavor, and finally pray to God for a will that you achieve.
So the Raipur hospital is shaped like a heart, and that epitomizes the love that it's built on. When I went there, I mean, one of the things that you always ask people is, how did you come to Swami? I mean, that's between devotees, we always ask that. How did you come to Swami? So I'm talking to the doctors in the hospital and I found out they had never seen Swami in the physical form. I said, well, how did you come to Swami? They came to Swami through the hospital so that they could offer their love and service to God in the form of these children that need operations. Now, you stop and think about that for a second. These little babies, these children are in there for a heart operation that requires their chest to be opened up, yeah? Doesn't that scare you? It would scare me. So you think, when these children see the doctor coming, what's the reaction going to be? Fear? Not here. These children saw the doctors. I got to do rounds, so I walked through the wards. They lit up, they're smiling, they're asking the doctors to pick me up, to hold me, and this doctor, who's incredibly busy, is taking time with each child, knows them by name. And how are you doing? Oh, how's your night? And holding them and loving them and, you know, tussling their hair, gave one little boy a kiss on the forehead. You never see this in a hospital. Never. There was this little boy, maybe 8 years old. And he kept asking the doctors every day, when can I have my operation? When can I have my operation? When can I have my operation? And the doctors finally asked him, why are you in so much of a hurry? And this is what the little boy said. Now picture this. He said, I want to hurry up and get operated on so I can go back to school, study well, become a doctor, and come back and do this service. This is what's happening at that hospital. Pure love.
More such temples of healing are in the offing. Given the paucity of quality and affordable healthcare, similar hospitals are now being planned in the states of Delhi, Maharashtra, Gujarat and West Bengal. The many humanitarian projects that were executed under Baba's direct supervision continue to multiply in its scope and scale even today.
In 2008, some people from Adilabad, they came and asked Swami regarding water supply. Then Swami asked me, how is Adilabad means? I said, it is very bad, Swami. It is a very poor district and all that we should give. Okay, you prepare some estimate, he said. Afterwards, somehow or other, 2008, Swami also fell sick, somehow or other, the work did not get through. Surprisingly, in 2012, Swami came to us and he said, you remember at the time we were thinking of Adilabad scheme, now we have to take it up. That is what he said. I was surprised because that particular 2008 discussion is known only to me and Swami. Nobody else knows about this thing. As far as Adilabad is concerned, we have almost, I got the government sanction also, we wanted to implement. Meanwhile, Swami himself once told me, it may take some time for you, you better wait. Those are some directions he has given. So we waited. In the meanwhile, of course, Telangana state and Andhra state, these two are bifurcated now, 2 states have become. So perhaps Swami knows all these things in advance, that is why he asked us to wait. And he said, now it will go through the government funds. Don't worry, that Adilabad scheme is now sanctioned with the government funds. In the next visit, he also said, not only this, after this you will have to be ready to take up works in other areas, like first he said we may have to do something in Sirpur of Adilabad itself, and then Youth Mall of Maharashtra state, and then you may have to do even in Rajasthan also. That is what he told me at that time. So one by one, let us try to do number of projects, so you be prepared for all these things. That is what he said.
While Vidya, Vaidya and Vari have been Baba's focus areas of development since long, he has now added another dimension, Vidyut, to his mission. Under his guidance, a group of devotees have set up a company, Lotus Energy Solutions, which will cater to the growing energy needs of present times.
The Swami's direction to us in this present, this thing has to be set up a company which is very unique, Lotus Energy Solutions, which Swami wants it to be for in the energy sector, but restricted to, but there was a caveat on not just a company to make money. Yes, it is a for-profit company, but to be to address only for clean energy, clean environment. So we are into renewables, solar, plus we are into natural gas and as a clean fuel. And the whole company has been set up with the idea that 50% of its profits would be given for charity, which is today, as you know, in the corporate world, it's only 2%. That is mandated also by law, not out of your. But saying that we are giving 50% away and having that written into our articles of association and having made it irrevocable, I think amongst other things of Swami, a first of its kind. And this is what I think I'm hoping will awaken more social entrepreneurs. There are plenty of them in the world today, social entrepreneurs. You can see big businesses now going away towards more of entrepreneurship. And in the entrepreneurship, if social entrepreneurs can lead the way, that is the Sai way.
If there is purity of intent, nothing can stop good work from moving ahead, Baba would say. Since the time he left his mortal coil in April 2011, nothing has really changed. For where else can we see or hear about initiatives like these, driven by like-minded individuals with one mantra on their lips? Service to mankind is service to God.
One must have faith in Swami, that he has not gone anywhere. He is with us, guiding us. We are happy to be here and support the mission of Swami. Where there is love and service, Swami will always be there.
See, we are nobody to even think or comment about it, because Swami says something, it will happen. Swami, see, form or formless is just a human limitation, that's what I think. Even Swami, when he was in his body, he was traveling everywhere. At the same time, he was everywhere. So it's just for the human eye that is he's lost the body. But
his message of love, selfless service. There's Sai devotees all over the world helping the poor, helping in hospitals, helping animals, helping in every possible way that people can be helped. Swami sends his people to do that.
I realized that the mission that he had was through me and through all of the people that came there, that he wasn't going to act like a big star, that he was going to do it through us, that we were his spokespeople, we were going to be his examples through time.
It is said that we constantly are saying we love Sathya Sai Baba or we love God. And really, isn't it so? We love him because he loved us first. His universal love is what attracts us. And once he's there, we're captured. And that's what, but even today, here it is, he's emphasizing love in action.
Enlightening thing for me has been the realization that Swami in the physical form was just there to introduce people to a taste of the divine. And in the transformation of the subtle form, Swami has explained to us that now is time for people to put love and service in action. His 85 years in the physical form was to actually bring people and inform people about God and the divine. And the subtle form is to actually transpose that into real action, service, and love.
So when I heard about all the achievements of the students, I turned to my daughter and I said, what would be your preference? Would you rather see your child drive a BMW, or would you rather spend your money to see all these children educated? And she looked at me and she said, Mum, of course I would want the children to be educated. And this is our social responsibility, because we are the elders. It is our responsibility to help. But what happens? Why we are able to do that? It's because we are inspired by Swami's love. He transforms the heart, so you see that that child is not separate to you. That child is your child. If you have that feeling, then you feel, yes, I will help in Swami's mission. You know, give me that opportunity. Let me build the hospitals with you, Swami. Let me educate the people. Because what better legacy would be that? Because this is love in action.
So from my experience, what I am seeing is the changes of the mission with his devotees that has become more intensified. There isn't the form to for me to be distracted by. I feel that the formless is come into our hearts and connected us all as a family. And the family now is about being selfless. Selfless love in action.
I think this is one chance in our lifetime to see the love and divinity in action. Losing this opportunity is not what we all want. So there is still some time left. Go to his discourses, listen to his teachings, and see the basic truth, how one can learn his teachings, learn spirituality, and attain salvation.
Where there is a will, there is a way. But where there's love, there are innumerable ways. In the 85 years that Sri Sathya Sai Baba lived, he was a living God to his followers, spiritual guru to others, and philanthropist to agnostics. His love for humanity is incomparable, and he always propagated that stupendous objectives can be achieved through love and compassion. But the reason he made way into millions of hearts, transcending the boundaries of race and religion, was because of the way he reached out to one and all. Sometimes by providing basic necessities, sometimes nudging people onto the righteous path, and sometimes by just being there all along for everyone when no one else was around.
He's given us this opportunity to do service. I, in my small way, was attracted totally to Sai Baba from the very beginning because of the service projects that he did, and was blessed to play a small role in the Puttaparthi Hospital, which was a great honor, but played a very small role. Giving cash is easy when you've got plenty of it. Just ask yourself, why does God make the strong ones? It's to take care of the weaker ones. Do not follow me, as I may not lead, and do not lead, as I may not follow. Just walk with me and be my friend. Sai Baba is not only your best friend, he is your only friend.
There is only one religion, the religion of love. There is only one language, the language of the heart. There is only one caste, the caste of humanity. There is only one God. He is omnipresent. It is toward achieving this goal that Baba set about as a youth of 21 years. The vision of one world, united by the power of love, where each lives for the other and everyone lives for God. This is on course to becoming a reality.